What's going on in the Dynasty Franchise League? It's this week's Fantasy Flex, Week 12. Left you guys out last week, you know what I'm saying? Hope everybody had a happy Thanksgiving. All the trimmings and all that good stuff. As you guys see, I threw in some trophies and all that to spice up the league and all that. So we got the extra help into the Fantasy Flex this week, covering 2 weeks. Let's get back down into Week 11. Went a little something like this. You had the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Jets, 151 to 128. The Jets taking that one. Next matchup went between the Packers and the Bengals. Divisional matchup, close matchup of the week, 160 to 157. Bengals taking that matchup. Falcons and the Jaguars, another South Division matchup. That one going 146 to 132. The Falcons taking the tilt in that one. The Giants took on the Dolphins, 122 to 63. There's not even a 1 in there. Giants taking that one, 122 to 63. Another close matchup being only decided by 2 points. Another division matchup. We got a good division going up there in the north right now, on the north side. Chicago Bears taking on the Ravens. That score went 133 to 131. Match decided by 2 points. See how the scores and the standings go down when we finish previewing last week's and before we get into a preview of this week. And in our last matchup of Week 11, you had the Tennessee Titans taking on the Orlando Patriots. Orlando Patriots coming out at the end with another close matchup, 119 to 114. So ever since we shook up the league so far, you know what I'm saying, we're getting a more precise picture of the, you know what I'm saying, division leaders, the playoff picture and all that. So now let's get into last week's scores and the second helping of our Fantasy Flex for the Week 12, if you know what I mean. Last week, division matchup. This one decided the East Division. That went between the Jets and the Giants. That matchup went to the Jets, so we now have a division winner in the East Division. That score on that one, 159 to 111. Leading score for the Jets defense with 31 points on the week. Leading score for the Giants, Eli Manning with 17 points. And matchup number 2 went between another division rivalry up in the North Division. Like I said, that North Division, we trying to get that, you know what I'm saying, locked up and figure out who's going where and who's not. That went between the Packers and the Ravens. Decided by 20 points. The Packers coming back strong after taking a loss the week before, 128 to 148. Leading score for the Ravens, Arian Foster, 26 points. Leading score for the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers with 28 points on the week's matchup. Last week you also had the Orlando Patriots taking on the Dallas Cowboys. That one went 148 to 136. Leading score for the Patriots was Peyton Hillis with his monstrous 42 points. Leading score for the Cowboys was Dwayne Bowe with his 35 and 3 TDs. Another North Division matchup, so you know what I'm saying, we getting North through and through. You know what I'm saying, it's the final grind, final week we getting up into. Bengals taking on the Bears. That matchup by 17 points going the Bears' way, so they coming up big there. You know what I'm saying, trying to hold down the division right now. Leading score for the Bengals. And by the way, the matchup of that score, or the score on that matchup, was 117 to 100. Like I said, he won it by 17 points. However, the leading score for the Cincinnati Bengals, Mike Tolbert, 22 points. Leading score for the Bears, Jay Cutler, 26 points in his ridiculous week last weekend. Jacksonville Jaguars, Tennessee Titans. Another close matchup going down to the final night of Monday Night Football. 98 to 111. Tennessee Titans edging out the Jaguars in the South Division rivalry matchup. Leading score for the Jaguars, David Garrard with 16 points. Leading score for the Titans, Kyle Orton, 26 points on the game on Sunday. Last matchup of the week went between the Miami Dolphins and another South Division foe, the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta Falcons been strong all year long, so you know what I'm saying, losses come and go. However, this one did put him down one in the division. Well, not down, he's still on top, but he could have, you know what I'm saying, came back and accounted for the losses that were going down in his division and capitalized. However, things happen. Everybody's healthy. People get knocked out. Hey, you saw what happened to Frank Gore. However, the Dolphins taking this one, 138-102. Miami swimming, you know what I'm saying, doing their thing, looking like sharks. Leading score for the Dolphins, Matt Castle, 27 points. Leading score for the Falcons, Michael Turner with 22 points. Now let's get up into the actual divisions as we go into Week 13 and our final week before the playoffs. So this is going to be make or break week for, you know what I'm saying, a lot of teams, because since I shaked up the divisions in the past, or the schedule in the past, 3 weeks. We've been getting a clearer picture. So we go up to the North right now. The North right now is being headed by the Chicago Bears by 1 game with an 8-4 record. Right behind him is the Green Bay Packers, 7-5. It's 1 game back, like I said. And then you got the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals both slugging it out, trying to get on top of the Packers. So they need a loss. They both need wins. They're both 2 games back in the division. South side, it goes a little something like this. Like I was talking about the Falcons in the before, where he could have capitalized. Right now, he holds a 1-game lead over the Tennessee Titans. Atlanta Falcons 9-3. The Tennessee Titans are 8-4, and he's pretty comfortable right there in second place because the Jacksonville Jaguars are 4-8, 5 games out. And then you got the Miami Dolphins 3-9, 6 games back. But however, he did come off a big win last week. And in the East Division, a division that's been tied up for almost just about half the year, we finally have a clear-cut winner so far going into the last week, week 13. We have a division winner solely in the East Division, which would be myself, the Jets. You know what I'm saying? But 7-5 is what I'm holding it down. I'm only 1 game up on that, though, and that's only on the Giants. I'm only 1 game up because I beat them last week. So, as we all know, this week is supposed to be the rematch between Sherlock and the Giants, or Sherlock's and the Patriots, being Mr. Castor. So let's see, 5-6, 6-5. He's 1.5 game back because he does have a tie with that 5-6-1 record. The Dallas Cowboys holding up the bottom with a 2-9-1 record, 4.5 back. Let me jump into, I'm not really worried about the previews for this week. I guess I got enough time, though. You got the Jets with their 7-5 record looking to hold down first place in the East up against the first place North Division Chicago Bears, who's got an 8-4 record. Then you got the Jaguars taking on the Cowboys. Jaguars coming in with a 4-8 record. Cowboys coming in with a 2-9-1 record. Remember, they got that tie. Miami Dolphins with a 3-9 record taking on the 7-5 Packers, who are trying to move up in their division as well. Now you got the rematch, like I've been talking about. This one's, going to decide second place, make or break, or, we can all wind up being tied for first. Or maybe not, because he's got that half a game out. But 6-5-1, 6-6. Those are the records. Patriots, Giants. Rematch is coming down. We also got another big-time matchup coming up between the Bengals and the Ravens, who are both tied at the bottom of the division. They both had slugfest out early in the year. Let's see how it goes down this week. They got a 6-6 record. They both sport 6-6 records, so they're trying to see which one is the better man right now and leave the other man on the bottom. Last man standing. That's how it's going down. Talking about last man standing, we also got the South Division, which can wind up in a tie here. So let's see what happens. You got the Tennessee Titans 8-4, the Atlanta Falcons 9-3. They lose, or the Falcons lose one more time and go on a 2-game loser streak. The division gets tied. I got to figure out how we're going to separate that, if it's whether by points or whatnot. By the win. But before we get into that, let's get up to the dessert, because I ain't got that much time. Get up into these trophies. Got the airing it out trophy this week, going out to the New York Jets. That's going out to the quarterback that had the most yards, Drew Brees, 352 yards this week throwing. Next up, you got the Steve Young trophy. That's going out to the QB that's got the most amount of points this week. That's going out to Tom Brady and the Orlando Patriots. So good looks on that one. Ron Castor doing his thing, keeping him in the lineup. Stop That Train Award. That's going to the running back that had the most yards, Jamal Charles, owner of that. Stephen Avaris and the Dallas Cowboys. Emmitt Smith Trophy is going to the running back that had the most points. That's switching back over to Mr. Castor and the Patriots, who had Peyton Hillis and his ridiculous 42-point game. The Wide Open Trophy is for the wide receiver that had the most yards. That's also going back over to the Cowboys, who had Dwayne Bowe, 170 yards on the week last week. As far as catches, getting them yards, gobbling them up. Rice Trophy, that's going out for the wide receiver that had the most points, playing right there where we was at with the Cowboys with Dwayne Bowe and his 35. The It's Good, the longest field goal, that went out to whoever owned Garrett Hartley, and that would be the Cincinnati Bengals, kicking a 50-yarder. Laces Out, we got 2 of those going out. Kickers with most points, the Bengals and the Giants, with David Akers and Hartley each respectively. Shut It Down Trophy, the Jets with their defense, 31 points, switching it over there. And then we got our last 2 trophies here, or our last 3 trophies. The Fantasy Freak is going to the New York Jets, who put up 159 points in the league last week. Wake Up the Offense, who only put up 98 points, is going to the Jaguars. This week's Goliath, for the guy that had the biggest amount of wins, is going to myself, the Jets, by beating the Giants by 48 points, and they get the shitty week trophy. Fantasy Flex, I'm out. Yo, enjoy the extra helpings. Flex out.